People, do not adjust your screens. Welcome to another edition of that finger tapping frenzy that we all know and love. There's WWE SuperCard with me, Big Jim, here at a very musical BadLadDad HQ. It's been a little while since I said hello. Good reason for that. Been working my nuts off. Can't think of any other way of saying it. Just been working way too much, which has meant not only have I not been able to make some videos, and I've had to make good use of these things that I hate, I've also not had much chance to play SuperCard in terms of the events. I've been able to do some late night boogieing on down with the game, but when it comes to the actual events, the 4 days of churning that you need to do, it's not been easy, to the point of the last event card, Mr. Hardy managed to get the first week, not a problem. Second week, Road to Glory was a barely trodden path in respect of my game. I did actually get as far as the card on the first half, the non-heroic side. Non-heroic? You know what I mean. And I just couldn't do it. Didn't have the time. I was just too busy working. I can't play the game while I'm working. And I just had like 3 or 4 hours to sleep in between working. So it just didn't happen. So that's what happens in the game. That's what happens. Anyway, why have I brought you here then? What's the point? I just come here to moan? Me moan? Perish the thought. No, I've brought you here because I've got my first King of the Ring win. Now, I have to say some of this has come about because a lot of people just don't seem to be bothering powering up. And the fact that I don't have the event card from the first week, well, I only have one of the event cards from the first couple of weeks, means I'm very soon going to be overpowered. So I don't expect this run to continue very far, which is why I thought I'd just save this and claim this with you guys now. And also, I've got some Team Battleground points that are just sitting there doing not an awful lot. So I thought I'd open some of those grab bags, just why not? Okay, let's have a look, see what I can get from this wonderful throne-sitting operation. Peyton Royce. Do you know what? I'm so sort of befuddled as to what I've been doing in the game. I've actually picked up a few single females. I'm not sure whether she's one of them. Knowing my luck, she's not. I know it's a Bailey. Now I know I've got 2 of hers to power up on the elemental side, which I think I've powered her up, but I don't think I've played the games on her yet. There's just all this work to be done. So it's difficult to keep track of things when you sort of jump in the game late on in. Yeah, sorry about that, Clark. I don't think that was because you didn't power up. I think it was just because, just choose a game at random. Oh no, yeah, you obviously gave up at some stage. Oh well, I don't blame you, buddy. When it looks like you're not going to win, yeah, you know me, people. I like to fight to the bitter end. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to make sure I'm going to take that person as far as I can take them. So, but you know, fair play, understand. It's not always worth powering up for the sake of it, is it? So we'll just start another one of those straight away. What was I going to do? Filters. Let's look at combinable. Well, that looks promising. Look at that! I've actually got my first SummerSlam 20 female pro. That is happy days. As you can see, I've got a few females that I need to pro up on the elemental side, and not just a few females, but playing the games. I know you can go into the excuse me. I know you can go, sorry, I'm already tired. Middle of the afternoon, I've actually got an afternoon off and I've just gone a bit wild. I know you can go in to the performance centre and do these, but you can't spend credits till they're coming out your ears. I'll come on to that in a minute anyway. But as you can see, I've got an awful lot. I know what I should be doing. See, look, there's Becky there as well. I just don't have the time for this. And there's Bailey. Oh, I haven't powered her up yet. Jeez, man, there's just too much to do. There's Angelo. There's 4 of Angelo. man, just there's too much to do, and I don't. I've not even got to the point where I can go in to the various decks and check what cards can be sacrificed. I mean, for example, if you go into the, I don't know if we're ever going to need these again, but the women's giants, as you can see, I've got a very strong team. It just helps with your point gathering if you've got an array of strong females in there. So I wouldn't really want to burn off this lot here, but it means when you go into your females, you then have to go down and count down beyond the 4 left arrows and the 4 right arrows and the 4 ups and the 4 downs to see anything below that you can burn off, so long as you're not then trying to get a pro of something. And it just, this game, the time it takes to play this game, it's not time that I've got at the moment. But talking about the game, yet another controversial thing has landed. SuperPass. SuperPass. Are you doing SuperPass? Have you bought SuperPass? It's something else we have to pay for. It's something else. If you, well, you don't have to pay for it. You can play it for free, but it means you only get to get half of the things you can tackle, half of the missions. As you can see, this is something that I have been chiseling. I'm kind of caught with this because I don't feel that I can recommend anyone should buy SuperPass if you can't afford it. It's as simple as that. Having said that, for somebody like me who is not sure when he can play, having something like SuperPass, where I do believe you can go back in, say we're on week 2 or week 3, you can actually go back and try and do these tasks from previous weeks if you haven't done them already. It kind of gives me an extra incentive to play, or something else I can play for. Should I put it that way? Something else I can play for. If I can't do the events, but say I can play for a couple of hours on a Tuesday evening when the event's not on, but I can chisel in, then it's not so bad. As you can see, reward tower. I've already collected a few things. I'll just collect this shizzle. There's a few points for that, and the WWE Universe useless card for that, and a few more points. It's got up to 50 points. Now I don't propose to. Has it just done those twice? Did it just do those twice, or was that my eyes? This is probably something that you already know. You all already know, and something that I've only just discovered because I've only just noticed it. It did do that twice, didn't it? Why much? Or is that part of SuperPass? I don't know these things. I really don't know anymore. I've lost touch. I've lost touch with the game, people. I haven't lost touch with the people game, but I've lost touch with the game people. I would say on a more serious note with this, there's a game I loved playing. There's Walking Dead Road to Survival, which, as you can tell, based on the TV series, basically you have a team of 5 fighters, and you can build the fighters up using various methods. And I've loved that game. I played it for a few years, and just recently you got to the point where there's so many different missions and collectibles and things you have to do, it's becoming like a full-time job. So that in itself was impinging my enjoyment and playing pleasure. But beyond that, they then had monthly passes that cost £23, a different monthly pass that cost a tenner. And there were so many events going on at any one time. People just paying out hundreds of pounds just to get the ingredients, just to get slightly better fighters and things. So I've stopped playing. It's as simple as that. And I'm very seriously concerned that SuperCard is heading in that direction. I'm kind of whispering because I don't want it to head in that direction, but we're getting to the point now where, with all the packs that are on offer and the SuperPass, etc., that really, to progress with any great pace through a tier, you're going to have to spend cash. And I know some of you are going to be saying, it's always been that way. It's always been that way, Big Jim. You always have to spend the cash. You haven't always needed to spend the cash. You've had to be a dedicated player, and seasons 1, seasons 2, when the old PCC and other things going on, it was fun. It was fun trying to be a dedicated player, and of course it was new. I have to say, part of the battle with Road to Glory last week was the fact that I find it so tedious now. I've stopped doing the heroic side of Road to Glory. Road to Glory a long time ago, and I only ever do one half these days when I can. But I was a bit slow in starting. I did have some time on Thursday evening when I could have played, and I didn't. I kind of regretted I didn't, because as I say, I was only about 100 points off getting Hardy number 2. But in another respect, I think this is 6 years. 6 years of playing it. Road to Glory, come on. Change it, do something different. Change it. Right, so I've kind of delved into moaning again, haven't I? So Super Pass. I'd be interested to find out from you guys. One, did that double up because it's a glitch, or did it double up because that's what you get through having Super Pass? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. You'll have to tell me. But have you actually invested? Have you invested yourselves? I noticed from Twitter a few people have tried it, tried it and tied it. Have tried gifting a Super Pass to people, and it hasn't happened. So if you're one of those people, has that been resolved? Is that something that has been sorted out by the great gods at Cat Daddy? And what are your thoughts on Super Pass? I mean, I obviously like the idea that there's different things you can be doing and different aspects of the game you can be playing to try and earn rewards. That's brilliant. I love that. But is it at a price? I mean, going undefeated in the game in Wild, you think, well, 200 games, but you know, in 39 days, I'm bearing in mind all the Wild Wednesdays that go on, etc., should easily be doable. Playing the game in, actually in Ringdoms, where I was Money in the Bank, it was just Money in the Bank. Well, I have been playing Ringdom. I have chiseled in a little bit so far, just a tad, just a touch. But yeah, Super Pass, what are your thoughts? I'm very late in the game as I say in this, so I do appreciate that. I do appreciate you've all been having these discussions for a week. And even Twitter have been slow on getting on. But what the hey. And also, yeah, some of these, how did you get on with those? With your Kofis and your Biggies and your Xavier Woods type cards? I was fairly lucky with some of mine, but I hear some people didn't even get a single card. See, that again is a frustration. If something comes into the game, it should be a question of, if they're available to people, then everyone should be able to get the same amount. Okay, you don't have to all get them all at the same time, but it's not fair if you've got some people who've been playing regularly and like absolutely actively every day, not getting any of these cards, and me sort of dipping in now and again. That's not going to win, is it? Me dipping in now and again. I'm a bit stuck here. I don't think he's got. Oh, let's give that a try. Yeah, basically, if there's, say you can get 4 cards of something, it should happen for you eventually, is what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't be that one person gets 1 card and one person gets all 4 cards. Timing wise, as I mentioned, it could just be a case of, I'm going to have to give this a go, aren't I? Because I'm not going to win otherwise. 2626, 2619, I haven't even played an event. Look, see, I've still got the flipping ambush card in there, which you can't actually use in Ringdom, because it needs to know who your opponent is first. So if you tap on it, it won't work. Shows you how disorganised this whole operation is in BadLadDad world right now. Yeah, didn't think I was going to win. Never mind. Disney Matter. We'll give it a go. Yeah, again, I use this deck. It's not obviously the most powerful deck. I've got cards in there that, again, I'm trying to play matches on. So as you can see, I've got 12 shards out of Cesaron. Mr. Cesaro there. So it's still something to be doing. But, you know, you can probably tell from the way I'm talking. I've had my frustrations recently, and it's not all the game's fault. You know, life takes over. Life in lockdown has actually been very good to us here at BadLadDad HQ in terms of the fact I've had an awful lot of work. In fact, so much work that I've not known what to do with myself. What I have known is I've not really been able to play any games. Barely picking up the guitar if I can't even have a thrash on the axe, what is life coming to? And certainly, even trying to film a video, while I'm talking about that, I did, on the night that this tier landed, I'm dithering now like an old lady. I did film me opening or landing my freebie, and I did intend to do a voiceover because I opened everything really late at night, and I couldn't wake the family up making a video, so I thought I'll record the footage and then I'll do a voiceover later. A voiceover later. See, the big problem with today is I haven't had a beer. If I'd had a beer, I'll be all right, I'm sure of it. But I just never had the time to get around to doing that for you. So I've also got to say thank you to all of you leaving messages, asking if you can join the team and saying how active you are and everything. To be honest, I'm not really running the team at the moment. I'm leaving that to Zim and the gang at BadLadDad, Team BattleGround, Team BLD. Until recently, I'd even pulled out of doing Team Battlegrounds because I didn't think it was fair on the guys, because I was struggling sometimes to power up. So that's, my active role in that is pretty minimal. But thank you for all of you who have asked to join, but it's the same answer as I have to give to everyone, I'm afraid. There's only a certain amount of spots you can fill, and although we have a sort of revolving door policy with a few people, we have like some people who will be with us for a couple of weeks, then go off and come back again a bit later. So it may look like we've got lots of slots available in the team, but actually it's probably just a few people swapping in and out. While I'm doing this, I've completely forgotten about the fact I was going to open some grab packs. So let's jump out of this. Come on. Let's jump out of this, go into Team Battleground, and I'll stop whinging and I'll go away. Right, where are we? TVG. Come on, rewards. A bit very cantankerous this. It's getting old like me. Right, grab bag. 21,000. I mean, I'm not anticipating anything good out of this because look, let's face it, to get a pair to pro, so WrestleManias, is 84 grand, which is more than what I've got here. So the chances of landing a single SummerSlam 20, I would think, are pretty minimal, but there's enough here for 3 packs. So let's give it a go. Primal, okay. What are the options? What does it go down to? What a nightmare. Okay, so that was out of the 7 tiers, that was out of tier 6. Let's see if we can get a tier 1. Come on, SummerSlam 20. Okay. This is basically expensive fodder for feeding in for other cards. So it looks like the best we're going to do here is a Royal Rumble. Oh, come on. Goat indeed. Look at that. I've landed a SummerSlam 20. I really wasn't expecting that. I don't have Rey Mysterio. Wow. Let's even make my voice go. See, I definitely need a beer to help lubricate the throat. Well, I wasn't expecting that in the slightest. So what a note to end on. What a note to end on. Right, people. Where am I going to go? I don't know. Where am I going? I've got no idea what I'm doing. Right, there we go. That's it for today, people. I really don't know when I'm coming back. As I say, just trying to fit the game into real life at the moment is a bit of a chore in itself. So finding time to make videos and edit videos and respond to all your comments and do all the normal things that you would do if you're running a YouTube channel and you've got time to do that kind of thing, I'm afraid it's just not happening. It's just not happening. I will do my best to pop my head around the door now and again and say hello. Ninja Boy is getting very angry with me because he's got his Rocket League videos that he was doing, and I've kind of, that's come to a halt because he needs me to set everything up and get all the recording done for him, and of course I've not been available to do that, so he keeps bending my ear about that. And also the fact, we've spoken about this before, Mano Ninja Boyo playing WWE SuperCard, we have worked out a way to do it, even though he's on a tier from quite a few tiers ago. We've worked out a point system in which we could do it, but again, it's finding the time. So please bear with me. we will try and do these things. It's just they're not happening very often. But I can't say that it's going to happen more often because I don't think it will, because the way work's going at the moment, I'm barely coming up for air. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing because it means that we're all happy and healthy and we can eat and we've got a roof over our heads. And it's a good thing in these rather uncertain times. So there we have it, people. That's all from me for now. If you want to see more of this, well, you can try subscribing. I can't say it, but you can try subscribing. Although I don't think you're going to be inundated with alerts. That's probably a good thing as well. You don't want to be hassled. It's not going to be every 5 minutes. There's another video to watch. No, once a month, you'll be fine. There's social media. There's Instagram. There's Twitter. There's Facebook. Until I see you next time, whenever that is, you stay cool.
People say to me all the time, "Hey Johnny Wrestling, what does it take to become a winner?" To those people I say, try watching BadLadDad's latest video. He'll show you just what it takes to become a WWE SuperCard champion.